He said, "People live, people die. Anybody who gives a about this production will follow me down to the beach and start filming now."
These are the latest allegations about TV chef Gino D'Acampo from this crew member who was on set when a colleague collapsed.
He said, "Package him up and send him back like they do on Amazon Prime."
ITV News understands he denies all the allegations. But these aren't the first complaints.
Aggressive, intimidating, sexually inappropriate behaviour.
As our revelations pile more pressure on the TV industry to clean its act up. Once one of the UK's most recognisable TV chefs, Gino D'Acampo's now touring the world trying to cook up a comeback.
Yes, Malta. The taste of Abu Dhabi.
God bless USA.
On stage, it's showmanship and smiles. Off it, new allegations of bullying and of complaints being ignored.
His reputation preceded him. We had a lot of warnings about him.
Sue was the boss on set of this Gino D'Acampo show in 2022 and is now the first to speak publicly about what she says she witnessed, recalling an incident when a crew member collapsed on set.
His legs kind of buckle from underneath him. His eyes are kind of rolling back, sweating profusely, and just looks grey. His blood pressure was ridiculously high, ridiculously high. And the fixer then kind of said, "I think he's having a heart attack." That's when I thought, oh my goodness, we need to get this man to hospital.
What happens next?
Gino was pacing up and down. He said, "Package him up and send him back like they do on Amazon Prime." And I remember him looking me dead in the eye at this point. He said, "People live, people die. Anybody who gives a about this production will follow me down to the beach and start filming now. Anybody who doesn't can stay up here."
Kotze, the muscles straight into the pan.
Another crew member told us they heard the TV chef say if he's going to die, he better die quietly. But Sue says no one on set felt they could say anything.
Why do you think that is?
Fear.
Fear of what?
Fear of him. I found him to be incredibly intimidating and bullying, and he humiliated people.
Why do you think that he felt that he could say those things?
It's because he's unable to. He's never been held accountable. This is not the first time. We were warned about this kind of behaviour, but it continued.
Aggressive, intimidating, sexually inappropriate behaviour.
TV chef Gino D'Acampo
is being accused of inappropriate behaviours
on the sets of TV shows that he's appeared on.
ITV News first revealed allegations about his behaviour back in February.
Gino turned to me and in front of everybody said that he would like to turn me over and me up the against the kitchen counter.
Accusations that prompted ITV to pull his programmes from its prime-time schedules, but not from its streaming service ITVX. We've now also spoken to more crew members and behind-the-scenes staff about what they experienced or witnessed.
The first word that comes to mind is bullying.
Stephen, not his real name, was a crew member on another ITV cookery show made by a different production company in 2010. He told us what happened when a dish the TV chef was preparing didn't go to plan.
He grabbed me by the shoulders. He was kind of saying, "You made me look like a..." Really shouted it in my face and then threw me to one side and shouted and stormed off. I was on the studio floor with all my peers around me. It was horrible, and I didn't know what to do with myself. I felt belittled. I felt small, I really felt like I wanted the ground to swallow me up.
Like others we've spoken to, Stephen felt he couldn't say anything.
I could have complained, but I was worried that then I wouldn't have had a job, and I needed my job. I needed the money. You just come to know that if the talent do something, then you just have to suck it up.
But in 2022, Sue did complain. After the ill crew member recovered, she filed an incident report with the production company Betty TV, who was making the programme. expecting ITV, the channel on which the show was to be broadcast, to be told too. We've seen emails that confirm Gino was spoken to about the incident.
Do you think that was enough to make sure that it would never happen again?
Clearly not. It clearly wasn't enough, no.
But fearing she'd be blacklisted, Sue later asked an intermediary to send her complaint anonymously directly to ITV. In the email, they report that Gino was heard to say, "If he dies on this set, it is not my problem. I don't care about him." Gino D'Acampo's demeanour was one of anger, aggression, and he was intimidating and bullying. ITV responded in an email saying they were sorry the incident caused upset and accepted that Gino's behaviour on this shoot, as outlined in your email, is not materially disputed, that all on-screen talent are required to complete an online harassment and bullying training course, and that Gino has completed the training, and adding that we consider the production company's actions to be reasonable and appropriate to try and ensure that there was no possibility of a similar incident occurring. As part of our investigation, we approached Betty TV, which is part of Objective Media Group, for a response. It said it carried out a comprehensive investigation into the incident, and following its conclusion, Gino D'Acampo was formally spoken to regarding his conduct, and that he completed online and bespoke in-person anti-bullying and harassment training. But despite this training, ITV News has been told other incidents did occur.
Yeah, okay, but we are not on a honeymoon.
Over the next 2 years, we understand the presenter was spoken to on at least 2 separate occasions on 2 separate programmes about his behaviour. And we understand production staff on this show, Mission Impossible, lodged at least 10 complaints via ITV's confidential whistleblowing hotline.
I'm appalled, and I feel like if my complaint had been taken seriously, those perhaps wouldn't have happened.
In fact, Sue told us very little happened as a result of the concerns she raised.
Because Gino brings in money for ITV, they've never held him accountable. Not only was his behaviour tolerated, but it was rewarded. It was rewarded by him getting more commissions, by him fronting more series. There were no repercussions for Gino. There were repercussions for me.
Do you think that there was a direct impact on your career as a result of what happened on that shoot?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I feel that. It's since then, there's been 2 years that I've struggled to find work. I feel like I've been blacklisted.
What's the impact been on you personally?
Oh, it's been hard. Really hard.
It's Gino D'Acampo!
Since our first investigation, ITV has not commissioned any further programmes with Mr. D'Acampo, and the Culture Secretary warned the TV industry to get its house in order or face government action. But for Sue, Stephen and others we spoke to, that promise rings hollow.
I thought, this is a seminal moment. This is going to change the TV industry at last. And finally, we might get some justice. But nothing's happened since. You know, you're only as good as your last job. So you can't put your head above the parapet. You can't make a complaint, because if you do, then potentially you're not going to work again, because you're going to be known as a troublemaker.
For now, Mr. D'Acampo's career rolls on, albeit across the pond, while his accusers watch on, still waiting for accountability.
So, Sedgwick, what have ITV and Gino D'Acampo said in response to these new allegations?
Yeah, Lucrezia, ITV News has approached Gino D'Acampo for a response to the claims that you heard in that report. And we understand that he denies all the allegations, but he has declined to give us a statement that we can report. He has previously told ITV News that I would not do anything that I thought would upset or distress anyone. Now, throughout our investigation, we have spoken to a number of people who have reported positive experiences while working with Mr. D'Acampo, one describing him as passionate but professional. We also asked ITV for a statement, and they told us, when issues about Gino D'Acampo's behaviour have been brought to ITV's attention, we have looked into them and addressed them. It would not be appropriate to comment on individual cases. If a new complaint of inappropriate behaviour, whether historical or current, is raised with us, it will be looked into by our complaints handling unit.
OK, so more broadly, what does this mean for the TV industry?
Well, like Stephen, who you heard in my report there, many feel too scared to complain and raise concerns about TV presenters' behaviour because of a real power imbalance in the TV industry. It relies on short-term and freelance workers. But we can reveal that a group of MPs from the Culture, Media and Sport Committee, who are keen to shed a further light on this issue, are planning to hold an inquiry on this next year. And they've told us that they would welcome everyone who contributed to our investigation to give evidence.